This is Mortification of Spin, a bully pulpit from the Alliance of Confessing Evangelicals. We can continue only with your help. Visit mortificationofspin.org to make a donation or call 1-800-488-1888. After the podcast, listen for details on how you can receive a free resource.
Well, welcome to Mortification of Spin, Bully Pulpit, the shorter podcast of the Alliance of Confessing Evangelicals. In line with our recent practice, Todd, Aimee, and myself are on location. We're actually in Aimee's kitchen in West Virginia this week, where Aimee is baking her favorite dessert, every square inch brownies. And guys, I'm working on my new book. It's going to be published in about 2 years' time. It's the Gospel-Centered Guide to Classic Rock Music. Excellent. And I'm just completing the chapter on complementarian rock. It's a little-known fact, actually, that many of the classic rock bands of the 60s, 70s, and 80s were committed complementarians. They saw definite different roles for men and women, and this comes through in their music. I'm thinking, for example, of ZZ Top, Every Girl's Crazy About a Sharp-Dressed Man. Yes. Led Zeppelin, of course, Living, Loving Maid, She's Just a Woman, very, very profound. The Rolling Stones, I think, were the flag bearers for a strict male-female hierarchy with their great hit Under My Thumb. Particularly sensitive, I think, in its approach to the female species, that one. And, of course, who could forget Todd's favorite track, Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. So, I think there's a lot of potential here for me for bringing the old Christian life and worldview to bear on the consumption of classic rock music.
I mean, that's going to be a big step, Carl. That's going to be a big step in taking back the culture, really it is transforming the culture.
It is.
Well, you seem to be leaving out, like, Hit Me With Your Best Shot,
sure,
Barracuda.
Ooh, Barracuda.
I'll speak for the women here a little bit.
Yeah, they might be confusing the roles a bit, though. There, I think a healthier dose of Motley Crue would be helpful there.
Well, if anybody would push me to want to be a feminist, I think that Carl and Todd, you two will be the ones.
That's what we're here for.
Well, you're not the first woman to have said that to me, actually, Aimee. So
I'm just going to whip up some of my sustainable Sundays here and
perfect.
Try to change your mind.
Free range ice cream would be great.
Made from my own pet cows. They're members of the cattle union too. So
excellent.
I am glad to see that you're integrating your faith and your vocation here, Aimee. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you'd like to elaborate that for the audience somewhat.
Yeah. It seems to be a popular idea now, and a very romantic one, that we can transform our culture. And I just think that maybe today we could talk about that issue, and do our cultural goods and our vocations play a role in the redemption of the whole earth? What do you think, guys?
Well, I think first of all that it's clear that Carl must be against integrating faith with vocation. Right, Carl?
Oh, absolutely. I think they should be kept in two entirely different spheres.
Well, is there a difference between Christianizing something like baking or yoga or soccer and just being a Christian in them and participating with our unbelieving neighbors as Christian citizens in the civil kingdom?
Yeah. You know, some of my concern is that when everything has to be, quote, gospel-centered, we end up trivializing that very concept. And so I think to even begin to have a discussion about how we can bake gospel-centered cupcakes means that we've probably gone down a flawed road in the whole discussion. Because I really do think it ends up trivializing the whole matter.
Yeah, and what does it even mean?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I think Luther had great insights here in the Reformation when he really saw that what made something Christian was not necessarily, or particularly the method that one used in doing it was not a specific technique. It was the fact that one did something to the glory of God. Luther writes a number of very important treatises in the 1520s where he asks, he'll ask a question at one point, can the hangman be a Christian hangman? And the answer is yes, he can, if he serves the civil magistrate faithfully and wisely and does it to the glory of God. And I think one of the things that we see with what I would call the sort of the excessive Kuyperian approach to Christianity and culture is that there seems to be this idea that there has to be a Christian approach to everything. Well, yes, there is, and that Christian approach is you do your legitimate earthly calling to the glory of God and for the benefit of your neighbor. That's what makes it Christian. It's not a particular technique that one uses. Right. It's a really very, very simple thing.
Yeah. And so the danger could lie in us becoming so self-conscious about making something Christian or making something gospel-centered that we end up veering off at that point. The point about so we don't need gospel-centered cupcakes. I was going to say when my wife makes cupcakes, but that's really, really sexist. So when I make cupcakes, I don't have to worry about making gospel-centered cupcakes. I just make cupcakes, and I happen to be a Christian.
Todd,
and they should taste good. I mean, if you're going to do it for the glory of God.
They should taste good, and they should be filled with plenty of preservatives so they're still good like 2 weeks from now.
I am confident, Todd, that no cupcake you make could possibly bring glory to God.
It probably would. But I'm going to tell you this. It would have tons of butter and sugar in it.
Oh, well, yes, the mayor of New York would probably have something to say
That's true.
that.
That's true.
They're probably illegal in Manhattan, I would imagine.
By now they are.
I mean, I can demonstrate to you the problems of trying to Christianize things in one word: striper. Rock music that is self-consciously Christian is very, very bad rock music. We don't need it. We don't want it. It brings no glory to anyone. I don't think.
That leads to the question.
Was it Hank Hill who pointed that out?
It was Hank Hill who pointed out that they were not making rock better. They were not making, was it Christianity better? They were making rock worse. Yeah.
Well, that leads to the question, does God equip Christians better than unbelievers for cultural work? And I think this is very humbling for us to see that, okay, if we were to Christianize rock music or transform the rock music industry for Christ or redeem it, well, then wouldn't Christians be doing the better guitar riffs?
Yeah. Think of the cupcakes. Would you rather have a cupcake from the good Jewish baker at the corner of your street or from Todd Pruitt? Again, I rest my case.
Yes,
very good point.
Who do you want fixing the brakes on your car? Do you want a competent person, or do you want to find a person who's a Christian? I would say the only criterion for finding somebody to fix the brakes on your car is, can they do the job?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and we don't need to sanctify our vocations to make them very meaningful. I mean, all of creation is under the great commandment to love God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. I mean, unbelievers are also under that commandment. Mm-hmm. And the law is actually written on their heart to strive in some of those ways so we can work with them. And when we put this word redemption in there, which is the redemptive rule of Christ in the church, well, that involves making something holy. And so I don't think we're going to make rock music holy or mechanics holy. They're common activities, and that is good.
Yeah. And of course, the other problem with the way the cultural mandate plays out in our kind of reform circles, I guess, is it's so middle class. It's all theatre producers and artists, and it's a million miles away from what most people in our congregations have to deal with each day. They're working on factory floors. They're working in low-paid jobs at McDonald's or, Gennadi's or Acme or somewhere like that. And the question is, do their jobs not have an intrinsic God-glorifying aspect to them? Well, yes, they should. They should be able to do them for the glory of God. But you never get conferences on Christian shelf stacking. I mean, some of the pushback I've had on stuff I've written in this past is, yes, but we could have. Well, yeah, you could have, but you don't.
It's not sexy enough, Carl.
Yeah, people who stack shelves haven't got the money to waste on going to a conference about it. So it is so, I hate to use Marxist language here, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's so bourgeois.
Yeah.
The whole Christian cultural thing, the way it plays out in these gospel-centered circles, it's ghastly and bourgeois.
Right. And of course, all of this means that the three of us are against anything being gospel-centered. I think we can agree on that. Now, again, the point is that my fear is that this really good recovery 10 to 15 years ago of the centrality of the gospel is going to be cheapened by a lot of this talk and a lot of these unnecessary applications. Carl, you were mentioning, and when my wife comes home and she works at a hospital, when she comes home, I don't want her to have to spend time exploring how the tacos she's making can be gospel-centered. Just the fact that she's helping to care for her family is her God-given vocation, and it's good in and of itself.
So you make your wife cook for you?
Absolutely. And I make her listen to the Rolling Stones and Motley Crue while she does.
No. Well, you make a good point. It's a cheap representation when we get so caught up in how we can be gospel-centered in all our cultural activities. It's a cheap representation for the real Christian activity. And when we talk about the mission of the church and the Great Commission that Christ gave us, there's nothing in there about us transforming and redeeming the culture in a direct sense. It's Christ who is redeeming a people for himself.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
And
that's a great point.
And we trust that what is preached on a Sunday does form and shape people's characters in a way that does transform how they operate as members of civic society, will influence how they think about politics and how they think about art. But we don't do it in a direct way. We expect the incremental work of the Spirit through the Word to be doing that in their lives. And it comes down to doing all of these things to the glory of God, not developing special techniques or special Christian callings for them.
Yeah. Well, I think this is probably a discussion we can tease out further at another time because it matters. This is, I think, a good example of casual conversation about things that count. And I think until next time, my goal right now is to run out to my car and get some of the synthetically engineered chickens I brought over to Aimee's house and the processed sugar products that I have
I'll send you off with some of my detox Little Debbies I made.
That would be great.
Are they plant-based?
Well, I snuck in some kale and some chia seeds there, and hopefully I've disguised it enough that Todd won't notice.
Right. I only eat a plant-based diet these days.
Well, I can tell you that the chickens I have are sustainable because they are grown in a petri dish. So that's the important thing. So anyway, for my friends Carl and Aimee, this is Todd Pruitt, and we'll look forward to talking to you again soon.
This has been a Bully Pulpit from Mortification of Spin, a podcast of the Alliance of Confessing Evangelicals. Just for listening, we'd like to give you a free resource. Visit our website, mortificationofspin.org, to find a link to the download. Mortification of Spin is a production of the Alliance of Confessing Evangelicals. Alliance ministries include Reformation21.org, Every Last Word with Philip Ryken, and events held from Florida to Sacramento. To learn more about the Alliance, visit alliancenet.org or call 800-488-1888. We can only continue to bring you Mortification of Spin with your support. To make a donation, please visit mortificationofspin.org or call 800-488-1888. Please listen again, and don't forget your free download.